boarded up next to Lucky Street. Well, it used to be West Elm. I don't know if it's always been boarded up, but I haven't been down here. This B571. Alright. So, this might have been like this for a while. West Elm used to be here next to the bowling alley, Lucky Strike. It's graffitied on already, so dust reigns supreme, it says here. Of course, another one bites the dust, and another one does, and another one does. That's how I see that. Mission Movers. This is Blick Arts Studio, Art Supplies. Oh, 6:15 in the morning. This guy Grand Cherokee, someone going in the garage down there already, and it's Saturday. It's Saturday before the Super Bowl. I was kind of in a mood last night because, you know, I want to move on and have a normal life and earn like a normal living with a normal salary, and I do a lot of gig work, you know, I just sort of want to get back to normal. What began in 2011 is so bad that it is a massive cleanup, if you will. I love this decor here. So, Mona, like Mona Lisa or otherwise. So I was in a mood last night because it's like, you know, sometimes I feel stuck in the situation I'm in, and I'm not really sure, like, the brain has a hard time figuring out where else to get work besides the same stuff that I always get. So, you know, I'm reaching out there trying to find, you know, a better situation in general. I don't necessarily love the city any longer, and I was forced back here because I had to move. I was in Florida for 2.5 years. Big left. I was in Florida for 2.5 years. Big right. We'll go this way because the lights don't start on. And I had moved out of the city of Philadelphia. Kind of everything was sort of forced, if you will. It has to do with how stuck I was, and I'm saying stuck, it's more like trapped. I did try to find other types of work way back when I was trapped after everything began in 2011, and I was stuck on like a whirlwind. And it's not a ride. I know some people get a ride, they do a band, you know, they're in Gainesville, Florida, everything's cute, you know. No, I was harassed the entire time. It was crazy. Making, gaslighting, stalking, orchestrated harassment, people coming around. It's way worse than what I sound like today, so I seem pretty good considering, but we are talking. I know that what happened to me, other than being attempted murder from the get-go, and in a way, it's death by 10,000 cuts. It's like attempted murder for years and years and years, all unseen and through. You really can't totally prove everything. It would be like, you know, you'd have to prove conspiracy of like 1 million people or 8 different factions of people who are willing to play a game of harassment, sort of like the tobacco industry guy, Russell Crowe. There's 1 million things that went on. It's not a ride. I know people get a ride, they're spoiled, and so forth and so on. So I'm sick of the ride. Yeah, it's not really a ride, it's a death trap. Anyway, point being, it's like you can't figure out how to get out. So, and anytime you feel like a sense of, like a few moments where you feel like you could find something else, nothing comes through, or the doors aren't opening. It's hard to explain. It is in the black ball realm as well. I'm not really talking about that any longer, but I am looking to have a better life, best life and beyond, and to escape, Philly as a trap, and have it be a good escape where things work out well, and it's not like, a bad situation where you feel forced or everybody's angry with each other. Like in Florida, we just had, I'm not kidding, serious man baby cousins who needed to sell the house. I didn't have a problem with that. I kind of did, just because my mom contributed a lot to stay there, and was forced into that position by certain things, I guess. But it's more like they behaved very bizarrely, as if they were gang stalkers themselves, or wanted to hide behind the guys that gang stalkers them. But whatever it was, I couldn't believe how oddly and baby-like they behaved. And while I was in Florida, we're talking 8 different gigs or more. I am so not kidding how far and wide I went while severely traumatized to find work. And everywhere I went, bizarre things happened. So Gainesville's a little bit worse. Some people think Gainesville, Florida is Hollywooded out, so no one has a brain there any longer. No one's out here. I got this money on my side. So anyway, on my hunt for gainful employment that will allow me to pay a mortgage on a house, most desirably a house. I've considered condos just from a safety standpoint, but I can't stand having neighbors up your rear end, so that's the downside. And or, I want to be able to choose who comes in to fix plumbing, and should that ever happen and stuff like that. But you know what I mean.